welcome to my vlog. You can subscribe by pressing subscribe right down at the bottom. I think it's on the bottom, maybe to the side. But anyway, this is gonna be a real comfortable conversation. I'm gonna start right here in front of my nice wall that says, "She is clothed in strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future." And if you are like me, then you know that's Proverbs 31, and that's what I strive to be every single day. Why am I doing this? I'm gonna tell you in a minute. Hold on, I'm gonna get there. So again, my name is Ada Allen Gardner. Allen is my maiden name. I was born with it. It is well, my roots, my father, and all of that good stuff, you know. And then Gardner is my married name, now divorced name. I kept it for a few reasons. Number one, I'm not married. I'm single, so I don't have to get rid of it. Number two, I work for that. Number two, I have kids, 2 of them from my marriage, 2 beautiful kids from my marriage. And let me be serious for a moment because I'm silly. 2 beautiful kids from my marriage, and it's just so much easier to keep the name to be able to make sure that our kids feel like they're part of both parents and the schools, you know, some of the other things. If you're teachers, you understand what I'm saying. Thirdly, I have accumulated some things. I was married for 10 years, so I did accumulate some accolades and things in Gardner, so people know me by that. At any rate, why am I here? This year, I decided, and I didn't decide, I was voluntold, like I was voluntold to quit my job, and I'm saying this in a nice way, that I was going to do 4 journals, one for every one of my birthdays. I claim 4 birthdays a year. That my birthdays are January 4th, April 4th, July 4th, and October 4th. My official birthday is January 4th. And because I have some issues, it's not your business, but I had some issues receiving some presents because my birthday is so close to Christmas, I coined 4 birthdays a year to make up for it until I die. So as I am this single chick, if I get a husband, listen, babe, you got to celebrate all my birthdays, okay? My babe in the future. At any rate, I have 4 birthdays, and for every single birthday, I'll be releasing a journal. So she was first. That's why this is in my hand. She, becoming the she you were purposed to be. And you see, I write in Ada Allen. But at any rate, this is a journal that talks about who we are and what we are to become, and it has journal space for you. I am a journaler. Everything that I've been through in life is written in a journal. I have journals that are stacked up, and they have all of my experiences in them. And let's just back on up of why Journal of a Single Chick happened. Journal of a Single Chick was birthed in 2014, okay? I released my memoir, or the start of my memoir, the first part of it in 2014, but I also started writing Journal of a Single Chick, and it was birthed at that time. I actually released it to women who were going through divorce and getting back out into the world, but I didn't release it on a large scale, and it wasn't a journal at that point. It was just my experiences in getting back out into the world and becoming a single chick after being married for so many years. So initially in 2014, I released Journal of a Single Chick, and I did not put it out on a larger scale, as said before. Now with my journals being my goal for the year, Journal of a Single Chick is next. And the reason why is because to me, it feels like it's more single people than it is married. And the reason why is because we have let our experiences from our past keep us from wanting to be in relationships and keep us from wanting to be loved and fighting off what has been sent to us, because we're not gonna take this, because I remember when he did, you know how it is. Come on, we gotta be real. So I wanted to say that sometimes a lot of these journals, like she that I just put down, is you're reflecting on yourself, and she became a part of me because over the last few years I have diligently helped women through their situations, and a lot of times all it takes is just recognizing that power and that strength that God has already blessed women with is right inside of you. Everything that you need is right inside of you. And she became a part of my life because I would write down experiences, and then I would gather them. And I know people in every experience in she, I know somebody in that experience, and some of those experiences are me. And if it is me and you've read the book, then I specifically said I. In the other ones, then you'll see that it belonged to somebody else. But we can all connect on those transparent experiences. Now, Journal of a Single Chick is all me. It's my complete journal. It's the very depths of what I feel when I'm going through. Let me just make sure I'm very clear in this. The only person that you'll know that I'm actually talking about in this journal is my ex-husband. And hey ex-husband, we're really close, we're friends. I would never disrespect him. I would never make him feel, or anybody that I've dated, make them feel like I'm talking about them in that sense. The only person that you will actually know that I'm talking about is my ex-husband, because I specifically say in our relationship. Now, let's be very clear. There are general things that as women we go through anyway: cheating, financial issues, self-worth, things like that. And that's all reflected in my journal. When I write my journals, it's not, oh, he did such and such to me and da da da. I did that when I was younger. Now I'm a woman. I go back and look at particularly what I did wrong, what issues I may have brought into a relationship, or what issues I may not have let go, and I deal with my baggage. There are things that people do to me that I deal with, but then I try to figure out why I allowed that, and or what inside of me attracted that. And that's where this journal is. Sometimes we say, I don't want to love. Now, that's not my story. I always want to love. I haven't had a whole lot of relationships. I have been engaged more than once. I've only been married once. I have called off a couple of engagements, and I just don't want to get divorced again. That makes sense. I am one of those people who have high expectations, and sometimes I have to question if they're too high. But I want to have an equal partner. And sometimes, because I have this spiritual place that I'm in, and I have these expectations of people around me, sometimes I make it impossible. And that's something that I deal with. So this is not to say that I got it all together, because I don't. It's to say that I know that we have a long way to go as it relates to understanding what real love is. Now, I'm a fairy tale believing girl. I believe, and you might not like it, but it's my story. It's me. I believe that fairy tale is out there. Now, I've been married. I was in marriage for 10 years. So I understand that relationships take work. I understand, but there are some fairy tale moments in my marriage. There's some fairy tale moments in my relationships. And I'm not saying that it's all la 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 la, but it is what you make it. And you have to position yourself in a situation that is beneficial for the both of you all, and you have to keep your identity in the process. And a lot of times, because we don't know that, we don't understand that, we find ourselves looking for that person to complete us. I remember when I got married the first time, or the only time, be clear, I've only been married one time. The only time that I got married, somebody said, why you get married? Because he completes me. Girl, I would never say that no more. I wouldn't say that again. Nobody can complete me. I have now found out that I'm completely whole on my own. I need somebody to complement what's already here. And that means we build together, and I keep my identity, you keep your identity, and whatever we bring to the table together, it bonds into this great relationship. And so I want to be clear on why I'm doing Journal of a Single Chick. It has nothing to do with any previous relationship, so to speak, but it is my journal. It's my life. It's my experiences. It's how I recognize that there may have been some things that I needed to change. It's my growth. And so I share my transparent experiences. I always have. If you go back to my my Facebook or my social media or my blogs or any of the organizations or places that I speak, I'm very transparent about what I've gone through, because that connects me to another woman's heart. And if she sees that I've overcome, and I can give her detailed description of what I did to get through it, or I can give you a blueprint on what you need to do to get through it, and it may not all work out for you, but ultimately my goal in life is to serve women, children, and for some reason men keep creeping in, but at this moment, men, women and children, and I mean youth as in young girls, and get us into a point where we are aiming for that Proverbs 31 status, and we're aiming for, and if you don't believe in who I believe in, whatever higher power, you're following what you need to do as a woman. because we are the center, we are the hearts, we are the power in our families. Okay, so anyway, let me just give you a quick introduction to what Journal of a Single Chick will do. It will deal with marriage to separation to divorce, that whole feeling in between. So when you get married, what you feel like. I have journals. Let me tell you, I got journals. It'll talk about what you feel like when you walk down the aisle, then going through that, then the separation, that feeling of hurt and separation. Also, divorce, talking about, once you separate, there's a breakdown there. But when you get a divorce, there's another breakdown because now it's really real. And then having to deal with your ex if you have kids. People don't understand